Well, hello everyone. Looks like everything is working out well today, unlike yesterday. So I guess we'll be starting this. Let's see, here we go. We're gonna switch over to Flip Studio. This is what I currently draw on. As you can see, I've already been warming up a bit. I've had a little bit. I don't know. I've had really good sleep, so I slept relatively well. So I was already eager to start drawing and jumping into things. Currently, I'm just running through my mind of all the characters that are in our lovely little story that I've been saying for Fruitfuls. And, to be honest, I don't remember half of them. So, we get to come up with fun little characters later on. But I did figure out what's the next part of the story gonna be, and what shenanigans our lovely characters Ray and Bright are gonna get up to. So we can get into that soon. Just want to check out and make sure everything is running well. I hope everyone can hear me. I hope you can hear the music. Hope everything's working properly this time. I will check out the stream later afterwards to double check and make sure everything is working well. But here we go. As you can see, Ray stated that I am warming up a bit still. Let's see. Again, Fruitful is definitely a background. It's just something that obviously I'm not very. I'm okay with backgrounds, but like, I draw more people than I would backgrounds. So it's definitely something that's a little bit not up my alley. But it is a fun thing, and again, it's something I did promise a friend, so I'm gonna make sure I get that out to him and make sure he finishes it. Another thing would be trying to figure out at least a nice way to make these floaty islands, because currently that's what I've been doing, and that looks very, very dangerous. I was thinking of maybe doing like crystals down here, make it all shiny and stuff. To make it all shiny and stuff, but I can't decide quite yet. Again, I'm sure as I go along with the story and as I continue on with our lovely little project here, I will change things around. Just like when I first started, I wasn't going to put it on a floating island, but now it's on a floating island. Yeah. As you can see, for those who didn't watch or miss out the last one, I did finish a tree-ish. I mean, it looks like a tree now, right? I did give up on the water. Just, I'm gonna go with normal for me. Pretty sure, if anything, the water's probably gonna be like the last bit of stuff that I do. More likely. I think I'd probably work on the clouds before I got to work on the water. But on top of that, that cloud that the tree is sitting on, I'm really, really proud of. There is a few things I need to do for the tree, like obviously clean up the edges a little bit, add a few more details, but that'll come on later on. Yeah. later. But yeah, let's get this onto the road. Our lovely little tree here. Yeah, that's what I did. Oh yeah, I was playing around with details. What is... Oh, it's on a different layer, isn't it? I already messed up, didn't I? Nope, nope. Where's this layer? Nope. Yeah. I already messed up. Good job, me. Let's see. How can I fix this? Well, it's not draw in purple. That looks too dark. Still too dark. Too light. You know, I could just steal the color. Why am I making it difficult? Yoink. Let's see. How to figure out what I did. It's this one, so go back here, yeah. And copy. Oof. I don't know. This one? Oh, that's one really big. Nope. Here we go. Smaller. There we go. I knew I would eventually find the right pen for this. Over everything that I don't have on this layer, so I can erase it on the other layer. See, there we go. I don't know how I messed that up, but it's normal for me to put things on the wrong layer, so I'm not surprised, to be completely honest. Let's see, there we go. Okay. That might have done it. Did I do it? Oh, that's the wrong layer again. I don't know. Close enough. I'll fix it later. And my eraser is super tiny. That's not gonna help at all. Oh? Looks like I did do it. Yay! I did the thing. Doing the thing is important. Okay, so I fixed that. I'm gonna have to fill in the color again, which is okay. Should probably finish that over there, but like, I should probably finish the entire picture. What to work on today? That's a part of the tree, so it should be in the tree layer. That's not in the tree layer, now I think. Go. Oh? Okay. Go. Cloud. Cloud. Let's put all of those in a group. Organization. It makes things so much easier. You know, it'd be nice if I could spell cloud. So cloud goes in the cloud group. Confirmation, yep. Water, that's island thingy, that's island thingy, that's island thingy. See, joint the island color so we can fill it in. I know we won't see it, but it kind of bothers me when it's not like a complete thing. Like, I know like there's gonna be stuff on top of it, but like I think it's interesting to where you can remove a layer and it's still a complete picture. So that makes things hard when it comes to like other things, like when you're drawing people. So when I draw people, most of my people have bangs because why not? It helps shape the face, but like the bangs are an entirely different layer than like the hair in the back, which makes things interesting when it comes to the face. So when I do the hair in the back, I should have erased all that. I should probably done all that on a different layer so I wouldn't have to erase it like this, but too late. So when I do the hair in the back and I do the face, the hair in the back always have the little, makes it look like their hair is being pulled back. So it'll always have that, the hairline being pulled back, so it's easier to tell. So when the bangs are in the front of it and you remove the bangs, it's not an awkward look. I don't know why you do it. I just think it makes it more complete of a picture. It's also digital art, so you can always like remove stuff. So sometimes just removing things can help with the at least overall look of the picture. So there'll be a lot of times where I'm gonna go back and like do exactly what I'm doing now, knowing that there's absolutely no point into doing this because you're not gonna be able to see it. But like, hey, removing the tree, it'll make it look pretty. Okay, that's my thought process over it. Which makes me think I should remove the water so I could finish this. There we go. So floating island, right? Should probably make it smaller. Yeah, there we go. Floating island. The floating island doesn't have to be like a wasteland island. I mean, like when I think of floating islands, I think of the crystals at the bottom that's making it float, or like whatever magical being that's making it float. I think of the top of it being nice and pretty and luscious because it's in an area where no one can touch it. So it doesn't have any problems with like being away from the humans or creatures or people from the earthly plane, I should say. So grass. Obviously, I should probably do this on an entirely different layer and not mess myself up again. Here we go. Grass. That's gonna be a pain in the butt to do if I draw every little grass. More likely it will. But first let's do a background color. This way so when I blend it in later, it's not gonna look too bad. I guess we're having problems hearing me again. Does this sound better? Hello. Sound better? Well, Anyways, continuing. Background color. There we go. You know, probably easier if it was a larger pen thing, right? Yeah. No, I attacked the microphone. Yeah, anyways. Background color. Welcome in. Now that I'm thinking about it, I could probably tell you guys the story that I came up with. Added only if I can remember it. Oh yeah. So where I left off was, they're deciding, the council, CODIS council, is deciding on if they are wanting to trust, Ray or not. Because obviously she's a weird being that doesn't exactly exist or belong. I can speak sometimes. Who doesn't actually belong to their country. So like, trust problems, which is a normalcy for things. So like, are having trust problems with her. So they decided that they're going to give her a test. But this test isn't going to be by herself. This test is going to be with the group of people she was training with, right? But she's going to be the leader of that group. No. She's going to be like second in command. Because they don't trust her, they're not going to let her be the leader. So they have Bright to go with her. But she's making all the decisions. Bright, she's like chilling there. It's like, this isn't my test. This is your test. They didn't trust me. They did something similar to me. So now that they're going to test her, they decided that they're just going to send her off to a village that stated that they were having monster problems, right? So they head off to the village. There's no like problems along the way. There's no issues. It's because the people she was training with are the people that's going with her. So they all know her and they're all used to her. And they know how she's like and things like that. And the only thing that they're terrified of is Bright. But they see how friendly she is with Bright, so like maybe Bright's not a scary person, even though he can walk on 2 legs. Still confused on why I made that a thing, but it's a thing and I'm not going to change it. It's too late now. I've already written it down. So that happens. They make it to the village. The village is like, yeah, there's really creepy little monsters off to the side. It's been messing with our food source and things like that. So that is a little different from what they were told before. They weren't told that they was messing with the food source. They just told that they had a monster problem. So now they're slightly confused, which is okay. Things like that happen. So like, they're not super mad over it. They're just like, all right, okay, cool, we'll take care of it. But so they go and they find the monsters, and the monsters are ridiculously, like, creepy, okay? When I mean creepy, I mean, like, you know, let's just go with, like, they're darker than they're supposed to be. Right? So, like, they're extremely dark. They're going and they just kind of crawl around, like, very awkwardly. They don't actually go and represent the creatures that they're supposed to be. Like, snakes that are supposed to slither, not slithering anymore. They're doing this weird little jumping thing. I don't know. I haven't figured out that part yet. I just know that they are not acting like their normal selves. And they're also a darker tone, deeper colors, not very friendly looking. So everyone is freaking out over this because they're not the monsters they're used to. It's not what they are like. They're like, oh, this is weird. While Ray, on the other hand, is like, oh, huh, this is familiar. And, like, the only one who actually hears her say that would be Bright. And then, what did I name her? Star? I think so. Star. So Star, character I haven't introduced yet, meet Star. Star is the assistant to the person, the medical person who's been helping Ray this entire time. Star is part doggy, I think. What dog? I don't know. I just know she's a dog with floppy ears because I thought floppy ears is cute. So she's a puppy beastman, I don't know. I don't remember what I called them. I know I came up with something. Anyways, so she's puppy named Star. Cutest little thing on the planet. But Star has extremely good hearing. Okay? That's how Star knew that when Ray fell from the sky, hit the table, that she wasn't dead. That there was a heartbeat still. That's why they kept her around. Even though that there was a heartbeat, it was very faint. It was like, she could die any moment. But, like, because Stars, I know there's a heartbeat, I can hear it, it's there. That happened. So Star is a friend with Ray. So, because each team needs, like, a medic to go with them, they got to get Star to go with them. So Star's with them, and Star hears her like, oh, huh, this is familiar. And Star's like, huh? And Bright is like, suspicious. So, like, Ray isn't responding like it's anything, like, weird. She's just like, interesting. It's like, I've been here before. Or, like, I've dealt with this before. So she is like, alright, okay, cool, we're just gonna fight them. And they're like, wait, how do you fight them? What if they're strong? And she was like, you know, that's a solid statement. How are we gonna fight them? I don't know. Let's start stabbing them. Let's start off with that. Maybe that'll work. And Ray was like on her way to fighting things, right? And she was right. Stabbing does work if you stab in the right spot. Which, since Ray is definitely not like responding with her brain, she's doing more muscle memory because she's like, this is familiar, but I don't know from where. Since she's responding with more like a muscle memory, she's hitting the spots right, while everybody else is just kind of sort of guessing. Then they realize it is a little bit, even though they do not look like they're monster type or monster species or whatever they are, the weak spots are still similarly the same. So the first one to catch on to that was obviously Bright, because, like, Bright's a smart cookie. He's the one who was like, oh, I'm just gonna watch her. Oh, so they are similar, so it's gonna attack the same spots that's at. And that's how he figured it out, right? So then he went and, like, when Ray realized what was going on, she was like, obviously, even though they look different, they're still the same species, okay? So attack close to the area where they would be already vulnerable. Go ahead, attack their weaknesses. So eventually the group cleans up the area and they go off and search for more. And as they're searching for more, that's when Bright pops up. It's like, so, you said they were familiar. It's like, yeah, they're called the Corrupted. And he was like, what are those? Like, I don't know. I just know that my brain says that's what they're called, okay? And he was like, huh? I guess. She was like, I don't know what you want from me. I can't remember half the stuff that's going on around here. I don't even know half the stuff. I don't even know the history of this place. Some reason you have corrupted, and they're not supposed to be here. That's all I know. He's like, what do you mean they're not supposed to be here? It's like, from what I can tell and how people reacted, this isn't a normal thing. These are relatively new for you, I should say. Because, like, apparently I already know what these are. So, they have to be from wherever I'm from, right? And he was like, well, that makes sense. So where are they from? And she just kind of shrugs her shoulders and continues walking. She's like, I don't know where I'm from. You tell me. He's like, I don't know where you're from. And so they're having this little conversation. And Star's just chilling there listening in. She was like, well, that makes sense. Definitely, since like Ray was the only one who didn't respond to it like negatively to it. She was already knowing what to do and attack when she was supposed to attack, the fun stuff like that. So Star is now like, alright, okay, cool. And she looks at the creatures. And they all look weird and stuff. And she's like, I don't know what to do with these. And she went out to go touch it. And Ray instantly responds with, don't do that. That's bad. And then Star just looks at her weird. It's like, how would you know that's bad? She's like, I don't know. These things are... I don't know. And then she looks at the ground. And then, like, the creature is starting to, like, dissolve the ground. So it's, like, some sort of acidy thing to go with it, right? And, so because the creatures are starting to dissolve the ground, they're like, oh, no, this is bad. And, like, so Bright came up with the bright idea. So Bright comes up with the idea of Bright comes up with the idea of burning it. So what they do is they take they start slowly pulling the corpses over to the side, trying their best not to touch it, like pushing it with like sticks and stuff, just pushing it over to the side and just lights it on fire. But they find this one that is not like super, it's not like dissolving anything, right? So it's still kind of sort of intact. So while it's sort of intact, not doing anything, they decide that they're gonna take it back. And they do. So they take it back and they see Coda and they're like, hi, mission accomplished ish. And his response is, what? Because Ray is the one who's like, ish. And Bright wasn't the one who was talking. So Bright goes full military mode and gives them the breakdown of what he was supposed to, like, what the proper way of saying it. And stated that they have brought the weird corpsey thingy, right? So Coda is like, she knew what this was. She knew how to fight it, but that's all she knew. I mean, she wouldn't be wrong if we weren't to think that this did come from her area, but she was like, she's still standing there, like, not like oblivious to like what's going on, but like not knowing how to respond to the situation, because obviously it makes sense. Even though she knew what they were called and knew how to fight, it doesn't mean she knows everything's about. She's just there. So at this time, the council is still there because the council wanted to know what was going on. And they were waiting for them to come back because, like, the town that they were going to isn't, like, super far away. And they had a group of 10 people. So the walk isn't going to be very far. Long. The walk isn't going to be very long. So when they brought back the weird corpsey thing, people started looking at it, and then the corpse started doing this little dissolvey thing, and they're like, why did this one take longer to dissolve? And like Ray is like, I don't know. And at this moment in time, our little medic friend who helped Ray in the beginning is like, I don't know, but that's not normal. And then they point over to like a crystal. So apparently there was this like crystal that was embedded into the creature that made it transform and become a corrupted. And so they're staring at the crystal, and Ray's like, I don't know about that, but I wouldn't touch that thing. And they're like, that's smart. We're not gonna touch it. We're just gonna sit here and stare at it. Because why would we touch something that can corrupt other things, right? But that seems smart. You don't want to be like that. You don't want to turn this weird thingy that can make acid and burn the ground because that's really weird. I don't want to do that. So, they don't. But by the time like all the acid stuff is over, the only thing that's left is this bright red crystal that's just chilling there. So what they do is they find a cloth and they take the cloth and cover the bright red crystal in the cloth and they pick it up. So they realize that as long as there's something covering the crystal, it's not going to hurt them. Or at least they think. Because the thing that's actually making everything dissolve is the crystal. So by the time they get the crystal onto the table, the cloth that the crystal was touching was like already gone. They're like, oh well, that's weird. So that happens. And they're like, Ray, what is this? She's like, I don't know. I just know the creature that touches it becomes the corrupted. I just know, I don't know, give it a name. Corrupted crystal. There you go. And they're just like, what? Why are you naming things? Like, well, you're telling me to name stuff, like, as if I know what it is. I don't know what it is. It looks like a crystal and it corrupts. Corrupted crystal, the end. And at this moment in time, you have Bright in the corner laughing because he was like, I knew this response was coming. I knew she would say something like this. And everybody else is like, what? Why? Why are you like this? And then Coda's just like chilling there laughing. Well, he can't really laugh because he's like a general and he has to still show himself like up like that. But you could definitely see like the up and down shoulder movement of like a chuckle. Which definitely like surprises some of the people, some of those who are in the council, because like, holy crap. He has more emotion than just a stern look on his face. What did this girl do, right? That's Coda. But Bright was the one that throws him off the most, because Bright shows no emotion at all when it comes to them, but he can't hold back his laughter. Because he was like, in his train of thought brain, he was like, what were you expecting for her to say or do? She just took the thing, which was a crystal, when you guys wanted her to name it. So she took the thing that it was and what it did and put it together. What were you expecting to happen? For it to have some special, like, unique name? No, she stated on several occasions she doesn't know what it was. So you want her to give it a name that she doesn't know what it would be called. I would do the same thing if I was in her position, but good God, I'm not. So at this moment in time, it's when Star pops up out of nowhere. She's like, well, yeah. I mean, it makes... Are you okay, kitty? I don't know what you're destroying over there, but could you stop? I'm taking this screaming yipe and running away as a no. Alrighty then. The cat says hi. I don't know if you guys can hear him, but he's being really, really loud behind me. Like, I can hear him with my headset on. Can you hear the kitty? Or am I being loud enough to hide the cat? Anyways. So Star sits there and, like, as being the medic on the field, she goes and gives her opinion of what was happening and how they responded to it, because, like, everyone else was freaking out, and I guess no one actually told them how they responded, and they're like, Ray responded first. She was like, oh, that's what this is, and just, like, attacked, and they're, like, confused. So... And then explain on how Ray stated that it's just a different version of what the creature was before, so just treat it like so. I really don't like water, guys. I just don't like drying water. Oh, I should fix that. That cloud looks weird. Where is it? This one? It is this one. So that happens. They're like, alright, Ray, well, we can't let you go anywhere because you know how to fight these things. And she was like, I mean, I guess, but yo, I wasn't the only one fighting. They all know how to fight them too now. They're like, yeah, but now you get to train everyone else on how to fight them. She's like, I'm not a trainer. And then they look at Coda. Coda's like, I mean, I guess you are now. That's what they want. She's like, this is baloney. I'm not here to train. And they're like, what are you here for? She's like, that's a good question. I don't know. What am I here for? And just sits there in silence. And they're all just looking at her. She's like, I don't know. I can't remember anything. I tried. I am positive he didn't hiss. I just know I think he was playing with a box, to be completely honest. I think the cat was just playing around with the box. And he was really loud. Kitty, why are you so loud? What was I doing? I started playing with the tree again. You can't see anything over there. I can't see anything over there. Let's bring us back into view. Eraser is my friend. So far, that's all I have for the story. Did you like it? That's all I could think of. Why do I feel like that's the wrong color? It probably is. I was right, it is the wrong color. And that's the wrong layer. Good job, me. I am proud of me. I can do things. Oof. Let's see. Like I said, I'll do the leaves later. Leaves are a pain in the butt. Water's a pain in the butt. Officially, I think this water should probably trickle down more. It'll trickle down into the clouds and it'll help make the clouds clouds, or make the clouds steam, or make the clouds something. That doesn't look too bad. Waterfall, let's go. I can do that. That doesn't look too bad. Anyways, put away that. Ooh. Put all of these to a folder. Tree Island. There we go. That's not Icefall Island. There we go. And guess I could actually get rid of that now. Oh, wrong one. That one? Yeah. Where did I get this from? I bet that's a mountain. That is a mountain layer. This one? Nope. This one. Yep. So, going to... That actually doesn't look like a bad sky. It already looks like there's clouds there. Oh, I'm so proud of myself. That looks so pretty. Huh. That makes me want to fix these clouds. So how did I do those? 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 I don't know how I did those. Probably spray paint. Yep, that's what it looks like. So, yeah, there we go. Can bigger. That looks good. It's getting there. Starting to look like cloud coverage. I promise I can speak. Words work. I think. I don't know. It's questionable sometimes. There we go. That doesn't look too bad. Right? Right? I think it looks good. Let's see. There we go. I don't know. Let's go back to the spray paint. Add some more definition in these clouds. Go. I didn't know actually making clouds would consist of so much concentration. Concentration. I can speak. I'm starting to question that if I can or not. I think I can, so I can. That's just how it's gonna work today. I think I can speak, so I can speak. Here we go. I know I was questioning in one of the other streams if clouds have shadows? Do clouds have shadows? What do you think? Do you think clouds have shadows? Do clouds have shadows? That's my question. You know, I could probably just like look it up. The internet is our friend sometimes. But that's also an interesting statement. I guess if clouds have shadows, it means they also have highlights. So, like... yeah? There we go, there we go. Dreadful white color. White's a good highlight though, guys. I know I don't like it, but like it helps brighten things up in some spots. Go. There we go, look at that! It looks more cloudy-like, I think. Right? Yes. It looks more cloudy-like. I'll watch it go back and fix the mountains. Yep. Time to play with these mountains. We go here. What color am I using? That's okay. I'll take that one. Over the mountaintops again. I see what color I'm using knowing I don't like that color. I should have known that. Switching colors again. We're not going with white. There's enough white? No. Add gray to it. There you go. Still think it's entertaining and putting so much details in the mountains that are going to be in the background. But like, they look so pretty. I'm so happy with them. There we go. I also totally forgot I'm using like a watercolor pen currently, so it's blending the colors in relatively well together. And that's why this is happening. Which doesn't look half bad. I'm actually pretty happy with it. I should blend more. Watercolor blend. There we go. Ooh. Oh, okay. There we go. More blendy. Trying not to use too much concentration on this so I can talk, but it's really hard. Blending consists of a lot of concentration too, much like clouds apparently. Oh well. So yesterday was interesting. Some reason the computer was like, you know what? I'm just going to overheat for no reason whatsoever. So that's the reason why I didn't get a chance to stream. Just really weird because like I actually planned to do this like an everyday thing, but like the person outside and then my computer being mean to me is making this like an every Monday, Wednesday, Friday thing. But next week I'm gonna definitely try to make it an everyday thing. I do want to point out that tomorrow is probably gonna be really hard for me to stream. I'm gonna have a friend over, which is gonna make things interesting. So there'll be no streams tomorrow, and then I have like homework to catch up on Sunday. So that one's gonna be up in the air, but I will definitely try my best to stream on Sunday and then start all over again next week. And maybe actually do the entire week like I was planning to do this week. Tuesday though? Tuesday, if they still do the weird thing outside again, the leaf blower? I don't know what it was, but it was really loud, whatever it was. If they do that again on Tuesday, since I'm pretty sure the day they did it this week, the stream will be at a later time. That way I can definitely avoid the really loud leaf blower thing outside. And you guys won't have to hear that either. Which is the plan, but I'm gonna double check and see if it happens again. I like how I say I'm gonna double check and see if it happens again when all I'm gonna do is sit here and wait and see if it happens again at the same time. But like, since I don't go outside, I don't know if it is windy or not, so I don't know if there's like actually leaves on the ground. For the leaf to do the leaf blower thing. So like, But I do think it rained the other day. Did it rain? Huh. I don't know. I think it rained. It might have rained. I could be totally wrong and it didn't rain at all. I really need to go outside. But I don't want to. The outside world is scary. There we go. The mountains are looking so pretty. It's looking so much better than it was before. I have no clue why I decided to play with the watercolor pen, but I did, and I'm happy that I did because look at this. I mean, it's blurry, but like... it's not a major part of it. It's gonna be there. It's gonna look pretty. There's gonna be like a floating island up here. I could totally draw that out for you. That's the yeah, that's the floating island there. Gonna be a floating island up here. Or over there. See another one here. Another one over here. Because I took away the mountain that was there. I'm actually, to go with the water thing that's going over here, I'm actually thinking of maybe doing like a cliffside over here. I think that would be cool. I'm not sure what I'm gonna put in that corner yet. I mean, officially, I could just move the whole... See, I could do this and move it over. Or, yeah, could do another floating island down here. And give it a small tree. Or I could give it a house. Make it look like somebody lives up here. Oh, actually think I like the house idea. I'm gonna go with the house idea. But I also like this cliff idea thing that's going on over here, so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna do that too. Huh. And I guess clouds need to be up here too. to indicate it's still like a sky. But like, I think this ribbon color needs to change because it blends in too much with the wood. And I can add more ribbons if I want to. And you know, with the tree, I could add more roots to make it look like the tree was grabbing the rock. And have roots like wrap around it. I think I'm going to do that. I like that idea. So, back to the tree. This layer? Yes. What is that? I don't know where that layer is. Well, it's in the tree layer, so... This thing? Nope. This thing? Nope. This one? Haha! I found the layer. Back down here, though. Yes. Gotta go back to this pin, though. See, it started off with, like, the roots grabbing on and wrapping around. Go back there then. Coming off. Oof, it's cold. I'm gonna go grab a blanket. I found my blanket. It's a very cute one. It's nice and soft too. Soft blankie. So, clouds have shadows. Good thing I was already drawing them as if they did. So, back to these roots things. Then you have to fill in the color. Go. Not the color I would go for these, but it'll do for now. Because I can always change the color. See, I can always change the color when I'm just going to go back and... Where is that one at? This one? No. No. I bet that's a mountain. It's the mountain. There we go. But back to these roots. Give it a pretty dark color. And then change that. Nope. Too small. That. Cancel. Z. Be nice if I did this on the right layer. Right layer. Cool. There we go. A little bit of line work. say a little bit of line work, and then I'm gonna sit here and like change it exactly what I was doing before. There we go. There we go. I think I'm really happy with this idea. I think I was actually going to do this idea before. I'm pretty sure I stated that the reason why he's going to be on a floating island is because the roots, as the tree went up, it took it with it because that's where the roots were implanted. But like, I obviously did not initiate on that plan until just now. What song am I listening to? Let's avoid an operatic section. Thank you. It makes me think of a video game that I want to play that I haven't had a chance to play yet. So I want to avoid it until I get a chance to play it. Which also reminds me of the fact that I logged into Final Fantasy 14 again. I missed that game. I was having fun. Can't wait for the new patch to come out, and I can't wait for the new expansion as well. I'm excited for that. But like, sadly, is this whole new expansion comes out right when school gets really, really difficult. Like, super difficult. So I'm scared. I'm sad. Because I may not get to enjoy it as much as I want to because I'll be doing this plus schoolwork. Unless I can figure out how to stream it, that would be fun. But like, I don't know. Maybe I'll be able to at that time. Currently, no. But maybe around that time, I might be able to stream it. I don't like how this one looks. And that one. I just see it. It just feels too thick. Let's see. Go. Nope, 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 nope. I don't like how it looks. Good thing though is like I've started, when it comes to art, normally I have a habit of not like actually liking my art showing out, but like now that I'm streaming it, I've learned to like my art a little bit more, which is interesting because I didn't think that was actually going to happen. I thought it was going to be even more of a perfectionist, because that was the issue before, is like I didn't like showing my art because I didn't think my art was good enough to be shown. But like, I know that art is definitely something that like the more you do it, the better you get, the more you grow. But like, even to that extent, like you can't really like hog it all to yourself, because there's no way, if you just leave it to yourself, there's no way for other people to see it, or like no one's gonna know how good you are at it if no one sees it, right? So that's what this whole thing is to help me not only like get my art out, but like make myself more comfortable with people seeing it. And like, I've had people tell me like they enjoy watching me, so possibly they'll hop in and watch me do this. Maybe. You know, they would do it if I totally did it in the time zone that they're capable of watching me. which means more variety time streams instead of just full like streams that I do now. Whatever time this is. And then like where's the eraser? Eraser! Where'd you go? Are you broken? Oh, you know, I was on the wrong layer. Eraser's not broken, I am. There we go. Ay, ay, ay. I was so confused for a moment. Just sitting here talking about how I need to stream at different times and it'll happen eventually, and then freaking out over an eraser not working. It's all my fault. It's okay. But yeah. On that note, I do have a few projects that I'll be finishing off soon, so I get to hand those out to the person who's asked for them. Much like this one, I may or may not have been putting it off for a long time, but it's almost done. I have... Wait, 7? Is there 7 of them I need to draw? Or 8? I think there's 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, there's 7. Kaya, song list. Hey. Yeah, there's 7. I have 5 out of 7 done. And before I started the stream, I was working on one of them. So I am working on 6 out of the 7. Have to touch up one other one because I realized that I did something wrong with that. So, but like they're almost complete, I believe. Closer to complete than they were before, which when they had nothing at all going on. But yeah, see, I'm catching up on my stuff, and then that means after I finish that in this piece, I can actually work on my own personal projects, because I should probably get the things I owe others out of the way first. Well, at least that was my train of thought. My own personal projects, which I'm excited for, but I'm not going to tell anyone about them yet because I want it to be a surprise. And I hope you guys enjoy it when it happens, when you see it. But other than that, there's also going to be like, maybe not on stream, but I will be posting a few illustrations that I'm finishing off, that I started. Ah, it's the wrong layer. Just saying, we're yelling at wrong layer. Here we go. Add some color to this. That's a better color. There we go. Yeah, that's pretty much sums up what's gonna go on for the time being. Yeah. I'll be a busy girl. I hope everyone being my friends don't get mad at. Meh, probably not. They already see me as busy. Probably making my life difficult, but I got this, right? Right, I got this. Go me. There we go. I did it. Say I did it as if I'm done, but I'm not. Not done. Not done at all. I really like this song. I hope you guys can hear it. It's very hype. Is that a word? Yes, hype is a word, but I don't know if that's the word I should be using in this context. It is upbeat. I can say that. It is upbeat and I do enjoy it. Try this. Now it kind of looks like these roots are taking control of this landmass and stealing it from the plane below. Pretty sure I called it earthen plane. Pretty sure it's earthen plane. I'll go with that. Alrighty then. Whatever that is. Interesting song choice there. Here we go. There we go. That doesn't look too bad. Go over that. Take care of that. Yoink this. Add that. Have to say, today I've been all over this picture. Hasn't been one like actual like spot I've chilled at. This one? Change this part. There we go. That looks better. Back to the tree. Color, 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 color. Go. Oh, all right. Yeah. Let's. There we go. Which means I need to actually play with the erasing. Shift. Go. Oh no. Control Z, my friend. There we go. And what are you talking about, computer? Okay, never mind. So the computer decided to tell me that it was moving an object from one spot to another because I have like, if you haven't noticed, happens a lot. I'm a confused person. Easily confused. Also easily distracted. Today's stream should show that one, since I've pretty much been everywhere in this photo. Also means I should probably go back and finish the mountains like I started. Yeah. Clouds, tree, there we go. Mountain. Means I can go back and play with the watercolor. This one? Yes. Watercolor! For traditional media, watercolor is definitely one of my favorites to play with. It's so pretty when you finish with it. And I actually have somewhere around here, there's a picture. I think it's here or somewhere else. But I am pretty sure that somewhere around here there's a picture of like a wolf stretching. Like the doggy style stretching. Well, that is one awkward picture. Eraser, I need you to be bigger. Let's see, maybe I could do this better. Isn't there like... Wait, isn't there like a yoga pose? Like, the downward doggy pose. That sounded wrong. The downward dog pose, I think is what it's called. Whatever it is called. So yeah. So I drew that, but with watercolor. And it came out really pretty. Like, I was super proud of it. But I don't think I have the, like, original traditional picture anymore. I think that was damaged because of something. Oh no, I know what happened. So once upon a time, my room flooded, and that picture was in the room when it flooded. The water pipe broke in the bathroom, and my bedroom was next to the bathroom, so it flooded my room. And it wasn't like the water, but it was like the water pipe in the wall broke. And that's how my room flooded. I don't know, I mean, officially, I wasn't there when it happened. I just know, like, when I came back, all of my stuff was no longer in my room. It was in the living room. And, they were like, yeah, by the way, family was like, yeah, by the way, this happened. And I'm just like, wait, what? How's my stuff? And like, we salvaged what we could. And I just like looked at them like they were crazy. Like, I don't know if that's how you should word. Definitely, I don't think that's how that should be worded. But like, I can't argue with it. But pretty sure that picture was a part of that sad day of me losing items. And a few other stuff. Nothing important. I think the most important thing I lost was that picture. I was really, really proud of it. It was definitely one of the most... It was... Oh, no. It was definitely, wrong way. One of the ones that I was most proud of. And during that time, there wasn't many like actual art pieces I was proud of. It's when I first started getting back into art, I should say. Because like school is weird, right? So school is like, you don't get to take art. And I was trying to get into art for like the entirety of like my school time. But like, no, you don't get to go into art, but we'll put you in digital art So we'll put you in digital graphics and animation, which actually was a wonderful thing because it did spark this part. It was the start of me liking like digital art and start of me liking like actually animating stuff for myself versus like just watching animations, because like watching animations are good and bad at the same time, because like animations legit make me tear up and cry more than like actual movies. Like, I teared up and cried over what's the new movie that came out? Over the Moon, I think that was it. But I teared up and cried over that. But like Marley and Me, which is the movie with a dog that. Anyway, it's a dog movie. I didn't cry over that one. But Over the Moon made me cry. Up made me cry. But so like that's when I started enjoying, like, not really enjoying, because during that time is when I didn't have like the tablet that I have now. During that time, I had to figure out how to do everything with a mouse. So for anybody out there who can draw with a mouse, you are amazing, and I'd love to know how you did that, because I know when I was drawing with the mouse, I was frustrated all the time. I was really mad. I was super annoyed. During that time, there's a few really amazing artists in that class, right? One of them ended up being like, currently he's a tattooist? Is that what they're called? Anyways, he does tattoos now, which is like, I'm not surprised, because I saw that was the direction his art was going. And like, he is wonderful at it. He does a great job. Like, legit, if I were to get a tattoo, which I'm pretty sure is gonna happen eventually, would definitely love to get it done by him. Only because I know his art and I know it will turn out great. But on that note, and then there was another one in the class who was really good, like, at Japanese anime, so like anime itself. He was really good at like drawing manga, and he like had his own going. It was amazing. Like, I loved it. And sadly, I don't know where he is at or what he was doing or what he is doing, but I really do hope that he is like doing something artistic, because dude, was I like envious of his style, of his art. He was so good. It was like, there was times, I'm sure like I have like a drawing book around here of his stuff, and there was times where he was, oddly enough, I don't think he knows, but there were multiple moments where he was actually helping me. Think in his brain he might be trying like to show off, or he might have been actually trying to help me, but there have been moments like he actually like helped me with my art. And I know that I'm pretty sure he was, when I last talked to this one, pretty sure he kind of gave up, because like the art field obviously is not the easiest field to be in, most definitely if you're going to be in animation, which is something I'm pursuing myself. So the animation field is really hard, and he was like, so that class was mostly about working in illustration, so Adobe Illustration and Photoshop, but we also got to play with Flash. And this kid, his final project was a Flash animation, and it was amazing like set progress. He had an amazing set, and it was raining, and it was this person with an umbrella walking to like that was the only part that I saw. I'm pretty sure he did more, but the only part I saw was this dude with an umbrella walking in the rain to the horizon. I don't no clue what else was on after that or what else was going on after that, but like I really wish I could see it. Would also be the same thing with, I would love to see what my old animation was, because I know my old animation was really bad. I know it had something to do with like a bunny. It was not the prettiest art either, something similar to this, and like the bunny was hyper and he always had a monster and it would just like bounce around. Because when I did mine was based off of the people who were in class. So I gave everybody in class a animal, because like drawing a singular animal was a little bit easier. Well, one, it wasn't easier. I was trying to push myself because I know animals is not my thing, and like I can't draw them to save my life unless I have like a picture in front of me. So reference would be a major thing with drawing the animal, and it would take me like a good solid probably like a month, because except for this one time, there was this one time, so like jumping from story to story, but I'll go back to the animation one in a minute. So drawing animals is obviously not my forte. It's not my biggest thing, just like doing backgrounds is, but officially, like, eventually you just have to draw what you have to draw. So there was this one time that my grandmother, she had this amazing dog, right? So this amazing dog ended up getting into an accident, and my grandmother watched it happen, and there was nothing she could do about it. Absolutely nothing. When we found that, like, so what happened is my grandmother was backing up the car to leave, and normally the dog is inside when she's leaving, but for some reason that day the dog was not inside. So as my grandmother was backing up the leave, he bolted out of the gate and unfortunately got hit by a truck. And like that broke my grandmother. I was told like to move the car and everything, and like I couldn't figure out how to move the car because I was already distraught over the situation, because like this was the one time. The singular time I decided not to go in town with her. This was spending like the summer with my grandmother at the time. So this was the one time. The one time I was like, no, I don't want to go, I'm good. I don't remember what I was doing. But like, the one time I'm like, no, I'm good, I don't want to go. The dog gets hit by a car. Or, no, he gets hit by a truck. I know it's a truck because my grandmother saw the truck and she made this really big sign telling them like they need to come back and apologize. She was upset, but she was like super petty. It was definitely like, I'm petty upset. You killed my dog. You didn't even stop and say you're sorry. She was mad. But so, anyways, what I did was I ended up taking a photo that she had on the computer. So like so I stole the laptop that she was like letting us use. And I stole it for, I want to say like 3 to 4 days. I was just sitting there with the laptop in front of me, shaking the mouse to make sure like the screen doesn't go away. Because on the home screen, on the desktop, there we go. On the desktop, there was a picture of the dog. So I sat there in front of that computer, drawing that dog, the pencil, for like 4 days. The only time I would get up from that computer was probably to like do the necessities and grab food. But at that time, like my cousins my cousin who was with me noticed what I was doing. So there was a moment in time during those 4 days that I didn't actually have to get up to get food. He was bringing it to me. So, but like during that time, my little brother and my grandmother was very upset at me because I wasn't spending time with them, because like my grandmother just lost the dog and she was like super upset over losing the dog, and she was like, you love the dog too, blah 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 blah. But like when I finally finished that picture, and it was amazing, spot on, like it was the best animal picture that I've drawn that was like freehand. I mean, like all my pictures are freehand, but like anyways, it was like the best picture. It was the best dog that I've ever drawn in my life during that time. And when I gave it to her, she bawled. She started crying. She's like, I didn't know you were doing this and blah 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 blah. Because like there was a moment in time like they kept bothering me as I was drawing. So I'm pretty sure, if I remember properly, like it's been a while. Okay, it's been a long time. But if I remember properly, I think there was a moment in time that I stole a computer, because I was first starting doing this in the living room. But I'm pretty sure there was a moment in time where I like took the computer out of the living room because I was tired of being bothered by other people, because they were a distraction at the time, and like took it into an entirely different room so I could finish. But when I gave it to her, she was so like, it was definitely an emotional roller coaster for her during that time. And she still has that picture. She framed the picture and then took a picture of the dog that she had. It wasn't the same picture that I drew, but took a picture of the dog that well, picture I drew from, but like the picture of the dog that I drew, and has it framed up in her house currently. And pretty sure she's like, my granddaughter did this. I am super proud of this picture. So I'm happy for her. I'm glad she likes it. Yeah. So back to the animation. So unless it's a similar situation like that, and I have like the picture in front of me, I ended up making everybody in my class, what is it? Pictures of animals, right? So, I will eventually get my brain back to where it's supposed to be. Maybe. Anyway, so like everyone ended up being like a picture of an animal. I'm pretty sure I made myself a cat. The artist friend that I was talking about earlier, who I hope is doing something in animation because he was amazing in school. He was a panda. Panda was his thing. It was his thing. And it was amazing. And so I made him a panda. My friend, I think she was my best friend at the time. She was the hyperactive bunny who was addicted to an energy drink. Then I had a tiger. Yes, I had a tiger. And a dog. I'm pretty sure. But like pretty much my entire animation, which was really bad. My first ever animation that I made and I turned in was horrible. Horrible. There's no way I'm gonna like claim that as like the best thing ever. It was bad. It was very like jumpy, sketchy. It was like, I don't know why the teacher gave me the grade she gave me. She gave me a 100, but I think she only gave me a 100 because I turned something in. And there was a bunch of other students who are just not turning things in. Then again, that entire class was definitely, like, not the best, okay? Like, we went through 2 different teachers, and both teachers were not the best teachers, okay? Definitely one of them was more into, like, doing... What was she into doing? She was more into, like... Definitely more like a coach, okay? So, like, our second teacher, the one who gave me, like, the 100, who shouldn't have given me 100, was more like a coach. Which made me question on how she got the, like... the art job. Which, then again, I shouldn't go. Like, at the time, I was questioning, okay? I was young. I shouldn't judge people like that, and I understand that. But, like, yo. So confused. I did not understand. Any way, shape, or form. But, like, no one was listening to her anyways. And, like, since we had computers all day in class, we figured out how to, play video games we weren't supposed to be playing. So... during that time, the video games we weren't supposed to be playing, so they had to get, that they did is they set up a trap for us, because we would only play the video game when the teacher wasn't there. So the teacher just decided that there was gonna be a sub, and when there was a sub, anyways, sorry, I was trying to remember. So when there was this, the IT people came in, they're like, oh, by the way, you have something on the computer that's not supposed to be there, blah, blah, blah. So they had us delete it. And they did it in a very different way. They're like, alright, okay, cool, you're gonna bring it up, and then click on the thingy, and then just, like, delete that one. Because, like, they couldn't figure out which program was the actual game. So they had us delete it, and then it was like, it didn't even work because we're like, oh, you're making us delete our game that we don't want to delete, so we're going to choose an entirely different part of it. And then we had someone get the game again, and we re-downloaded them all on the computers. I think I messed up this mountain, but, like, I was talking, so it's cool. I can fix it. So yeah, it was in that class. But then, I mean, that doesn't change anything. It was like the next year I ended up being in like an actual like IT class, and that was a blast. So like my IT class was a blast. I was the only girl in there, and there was a good like solid moment where like a pile of people were like, you're doing the work, we're gonna copy off of you, then we're gonna go play video games. And I'm just sitting there like, I don't like this. But still, like, I mean, I can't stop them as I was doing the work. So like, I was like, alright, okay, cool, you can copy off of me, sure, fine. But you can only copy off me as long as I'm doing the work. The moment I turn it, I'm not leaving the paper here for you to continue copying. As soon as I'm done, I'm going to turn it in. So you only have that amount of time to get it done. You don't get it done in that amount of time, I'm sorry, my bad, I don't care. Figure it out. So yeah. That happened. Oh, that was fun. That made a few people mad. But like, that class was definitely a more entertaining class than it should have been. Mostly because I was the only girl in the class, and like, other than the teachers. So it was me and the teacher. We were the girls in the class, and the boys are definitely looking down on us. Like, we had to take a computer apart and put it back together, but I wasn't allowed to do that because I was a girl, which was okay. So I got to watch the dudes do it. So like, I got a free 100 just sitting there holding screws, knowing that I could already do this before like coming into class. I already knew how to do it, so like, I wasn't gonna argue with them. I was like, well, if I already know how to do it, well, then I might as well just let them do it themselves. Let them learn. I don't need this help, I got this. It's definitely entertaining because later on I learned that they put the computer together wrong. and ended up like frying the computer. So what we were doing is we're taking two old computers apart, playing them together, and then making it to where they can ping each other. So they could send messages to each other over LAN. And like they couldn't do it. And then for like some random reason, like 4 of the computers in that computer lab were in like different languages. And I don't know how they did it or why they did it, but they went to like the command prompt and they changed it to different languages, which was okay, I guess. But like, they definitely decided they were going to choose the most difficult languages on the planet. So like not even the IT could put it back to normal. They're like, I don't know what language this is in. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It was hilarious. I mean, for me it was. Not for the IT. I feel really bad for them. Also feel really bad for our teacher because she had to deal with us. And that itself was a hassle. And a half. And then, like, she also had to deal with me. And I'm something. I don't want to deal with me. But, I had to say that class was fun. But the animation class is definitely one of the best. Still think it was interesting that, like, this entirety story came up because I was talking about how I had this one picture that I lost. And, how school was really weird for me for not putting me in art class. I spent 2 years in art and back to the beginning. Like, I was in the digital graphics class, right? I was supposed to have, like, art 1 before I went into that class, and the school was like, nah, you're good. I didn't get to even go to art 1 until, like, I was graduating. That's hilarious to me. My graduating years, like, oh, here you go, you can have art 1, and I'm just like, wait, what? Wait, what? And then, like, the teacher I had that year was so upset because that was the year that I drew the dog, or the watercolor wolf. We went full circle. It all started because of watercolor. But, that was the year I drew the watercolor wolf, and that upset the teacher so bad. She was like, where were you when you were a freshman? We could have helped you so much. You would have been so much better if we had you when you were a freshman. And I'm like, you can definitely blame the school for that. She was like, wait, what do you mean? It was like the school was just like, no, you don't get to be in art. You get to have this. They put me in like classes I didn't need to have. Like, I didn't need to take PE because I had something to substitute PE. Because you have to have your physical education. But if you have doing something that is just as physical, or something that could substitute it, then you don't have to actually take the physical education class. But they're like, no, you have to take the physical education class. And I'm like, but I have something to substitute it. I only put this in because you told me that I had to, like, to have something. And, like, obviously I wanted this one first over this one. They're like, nope. And I wasn't gonna argue it. That sounds like a hassle. And during that time, it was definitely like, I don't care. I would say during that time, I'm like, yeah, I don't care. Okay, let go. But I'm still like that. Huh. Ooh, that needs an outline. Oh no, wrong color. But yeah, this is definitely one of those moments where, like, I mean, I guess. You want me to argue with you over it? It's not gonna really get me anywhere. Cool, okay, thanks. So that upset that art teacher. But she got me into a contest that I did relatively well at. For my first time being in it, I did relatively well, which I was proud of myself for. I need to switch that color. Do I? Nah, whatever. I'll do it anyways. I thought I did well in that contest, and I was proud of myself. It's definitely because I was also still around the time that I didn't want to show my art to people, so the fact that the teacher was like, "You're a really good artist, where have you been?" threw me off. Definitely threw me off. I'm like, I don't get it. I don't know what you're saying. Yeah. It was definitely one of those perfectionist kids. It wasn't, if I didn't see it was good enough, I wasn't going to show it to people. But I really, really enjoyed that one. Watercolor. So if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't enjoy watercolor as much as I do. Thank you. And then I did also promise a lot of people that I would continue doing art for school. I also did promise the set of people that I would also give them a painting of horse running. Horses? Yes, the plural of horse is horses, right? I don't know, whatever. I can look that up later. Or probably not, because I'm more likely gonna forget. But yeah. But I guess I can still give them a painting. I don't know if they'll all work there, though. Probably not due to the pandemic. Things have changed a lot because of this thing. Some for the good, some not so much. It did help me start this, though, even though, like, I'm a tad bit late on, like, the actual starting process. But, yeah. These mountains are looking really, really pretty with this conversation. Look at that. They are looking really pretty. I'm doing much better than I thought I would, huh? Let's see. Yay! I forgot how well watercolor blended. Definitely using watercolor more. There we go. Let's see, what else happened? Oh, I did draw an art piece for one of my, from my English class. Which really confused the English teacher until she, like, looked into it. So, like, what I did was she allowed us to be more creative than normal. So she was like, well, I'm tired of just reading essays, so give me a creative way. Like, give me the essay still, but do it in a creative way. And so people did, like, alright. Some people did videos. Some people put their essays on, what is the word? What is the word? Hold on, I got this. I can figure this out. I don't need any help. PowerPoint. So some people did PowerPoint essays. Some people did video essays. Some people were like, ha 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 ha, and gave it to her, like, via sticky notes. Oh my gosh, it was so many sticky notes. But what I did was I drew a picture. And like my essay was something about emotion. So I drew a picture of someone being like sad and with their like their head down being like super sad and whatever. And like so she was so confused on why she had that. And then like in the background of the essay there was words, and that's where the essay was. So you had the picture like smack dab in the middle, and behind the picture was the essay. So she was so confused over like the picture itself that she didn't realize like the essay was behind the picture, and she was like, this is too tiny, I can't read it. And I was like, you told us to turn it in. You didn't tell us it had to be legible. You have a pile of sticky notes that you have to go through. And she was like, So another part about that was like she wanted us to do a portfolio for like all of our essays and all the stuff we were proud of for the end of the year. So I kept that one, and that was the beginning of my portfolio. It was just a picture of a girl being super sad with like words all around her. Like, I was proud of it. That's one of the few things I was proud of, mostly because of the tiny words that was around it. So it was like, girl, head on the table, kind of like that, and then like words all around it. She was just, yeah. Now that I think about it, I could have just turned the entire picture into words. And just change colors. That one, the one who is a tattoo artist now, he did that. He did Edgar Allan Poe, but he did like the dot version of it. So like you did like a dot. He did that, but he turned it into Edgar Allan Poe, and it was amazing. There was a lot of amazing artists from that school. There's a lot of quirky people from that school too. School is interesting, guys. Some people hate it, some people don't. I didn't enjoy it very much, except for like these few small stories that I'm telling you. It's definitely a quirky part of life. Here we go. Mountains are looking really, really good. I'm really proud of them. Look at that. Let's see, what other is... I don't think I did many pieces with watercolor after that. Minus the wolf, because I know that I was running out of time with the wolf. It did so much detail and watercolor for like the wolf part that I didn't get to do like anything else. So like I know, like I can remember the trees not being the prettiest. It was definitely more like a this art. And like I don't even know if you could see that. I don't think you would see that. I should use a different color. Let's erase it first. We're talking about trees, brown. So like it was definitely something like this. And like each block was a different color brown that I ended up figuring out how to blend together. It was okay. It was definitely less detail than the wolf itself. The wolf had so much detail that I had to go and purchase, like, so each strand of hair or fur I did myself. And I went and I purchased my own, like, brush to do it because the brushes that the teacher had was not small enough for, like, the precision that I wanted. And, like, it's really hard to get that precision when you're doing, like, watercolor. So it was definitely something more of the interesting part of it. Mostly because watercolors tend to be, like, fluid and things like that. So for when you have something that's so precise when it comes to, like, the watercolor, it makes things interesting, to say the least. Where's the... yeah, whatever. Where's this color? I don't have that anywhere else but that spot. Let's add you elsewhere. There we go. Oh, I had some over here. Huh, I didn't notice that. It's okay. Ooh. There we go. There we go. It's erased. That doesn't look half bad. That's definite. What? Okay. That's definitely an improvement of what I had over there before. Professionally done. Meh. I am a professional. It'll all look pretty in the end, I think. Wait, where did the color go? Tree, where are your leaves? There you are. And save. With that, I'm going to end the stream. I'm hungry again, to be honest. It's just like the oranges that I had before the stream are not enough now. My tummy is... Have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys again next time.